Hello everyone, Wiffle Ball is back here at Rose Field for the start of the 2021 season between the Pacific Panthers and Arctic Altitude, two very talented teams. And boy, the Pacific Panthers, last year's runner-ups, and the Arctic Altitude, the most exciting team in league history. These teams got a lot of firepower, and it starts with their two captains.
Well, first of all, we have Joey on the Arctic Altitude. He's very dangerous on the play and can break open the game at any time. And then we have Carson Rose on the Pacific Panthers, who's very dangerous and very hard to hit on the mound.
As for who I got in this series, I got the Panthers taking 2 out of the 3 games. Who you got?
I have Panthers 2 out of 3 games as well.
And as for the people, we did an Instagram poll, and you guys said that the Altitude were going to take this series. So thanks for voting. And with that, we're going to send it down to the player interviews. I'm here with captain of the Pacific Panthers, Carson Rose. The fan question for you comes from AWR Wiffle Ball. Who do you think is better, yourself or Arctic Altitude captain Joey Jankowski?
Joey he's died down pitching. He's not insane anymore. He used to be like probably the best pitcher. Now he's fallen down to one of the worst. And I've risen to the top, obviously. So yeah, that's my answer. Joey's not great.
A lot of smack talk going into this game.
Yeah, Joey's gone.
All right, I'm here with Arctic Altitude captain Joey Jankowski. How are you guys gonna have some success this season?
Hopefully try and win the first game and then hopefully play it out with the rest of my pitchers for the last 2.
Yeah, good answer. And let's get to game 1.
Now coming onto the field, number 16, Joey Jankowski for the Arctic Altitude. And here comes number 24, Braden Lewis. To round out the Arctic Altitude, number 23, Jackson Lewis. For the Pacific Panthers, here comes team captain Carson Rose, number 6. And then George Sukar, number 11, Mr. Clutch. Finally, Blake Husky, number 10, to round out the Pacific Panthers.
From spring training to big league wiffle ball on opening day, here we are with the Pacific Panthers against the Arctic Altitude. Rose struggling with his control early in the game. We have bases loaded. First game of the season. It's easy in spring training. It's harder today. Altitude up 1-0. Nicked the outside. That's strike 3. Upstairs, that brings us to 2-0. Still bases loaded with 2 outs. And strikes out Jankowski, gets out of the inning with only 2 runs as the damage. After the top of the first, it's the Arctic Altitude 2 and the Pacific Panthers 0. Downstairs, looks determined. We'll see what happens. What just happened? Bobbled by Jackson Lewis. First and second, only 1 out. As a reminder, we start with 1 out in each inning.
Oh, that's an out.
Yeah, no, it's not. He bobbled it. No, he bobbled it. That's not like he bobbled it. Yeah, it has to be pitches.
We have controversy on the field. The commissioner needs to rule.
Blake stays at second. You go there.
With 2 outs, Jackson Lewis! Sukar! No, he's not out. He's not in pitcher's hand. Bases loaded for the dangerous Carson Rose. 3-2. Upstairs, we're at 2-1. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Beautiful! Right to Joey Jankowski. Good job by Sukar. Better job by Joey Jankowski. Nasty sinker from Carson Rose. Rose finding his groove, ends the top of the second as the game is now 2-1. New pitcher, Braden Lewis on the mound. Look to hit the ball. Outside, Husky on base. Nice, Sukar! Strike 3. We don't know what Jankowski was looking at there. That's a walk for Lewis. Outside. Here we are. Rose puts another man on base. Carson plays cricket and walks another man in. And retires the side. Carson Rose, but in the bottom of 3, the Panthers are facing a 2-run deficit. Braden Lewis on the mound to start the bottom of the 3rd. Oh, and Blake Husky making contact. Soft hit to the pitcher, and that's out number 2. And that's a walk from Braden Lewis. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Could this be it for the Altitude? And that's strike 3. Game 1 goes to the Altitude, 3-1. Good job. Game 2 on opening day between the Pacific Panthers versus the Arctic Altitude. Top of the 1st, Game 2. The Altitude won Game 1 in the 3-game series. Nice pitch. That's strike 3, and that's the end of the Pacific Panthers in the top of the 1st. That's strike 3. Jankowski looks like he's still warming up to the wiffle ball season despite being an outstanding baseball player. Carson Rose with Sukar and Husky in the outfield. Upstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Strike 3 to Jackson Lewis. And that's a walk. Oh my goodness, that's a triple! Blake Husky shocks us all with a deep shot to right center. The Panthers take the lead, 1-0, bottom of 2. Lewis narrowly misses outside, 1st and 3rd, 1 out. They switch pitchers. The Altitude, feeling the momentum switching, goes to the dangerous Joey Jankowski. Beautiful pitch. Inside out. And that's strike 3. Jankowski shows why he might be the most dangerous pitcher in the league. Ooh, and here we are. Bases loaded. barely misses upstairs. We now have a 2-0 game for the Panthers. Nice, and that is strike 3. We go to the bottom of 2, and Panthers 2-0 over the Altitude. Oh, just missed upstairs. Jankowski to first base on the walk. Barely missed. Man on first and second. That's a sinker that we'll be talking about for a long time. Bottom of 2. Three in a row. Jankowski could charge the mound, but doesn't. Showing sportsmanship. The Altitude faced similar challenges. And that is 2-1. And that was a great sinker. We go to the top of 3. The Panthers up 2-1. That's why Jankowski's been touted as an MVP candidate early. Just outside. Dangerous spot for the Altitude. That is a beautiful pitch by Jankowski. He's intimidating the league on opening day. And we have the bases loaded. Outside, we go to 3-1. Jackson Lewis comes back in the game. Carson Rose at the plate. Hasn't had a hit all season.
There's been one game in the season.
Did not go around. We're at 5-1. Oh my goodness. Oh, and pitcher's hand says that's out number 3. That's good. We go to the commissioner on the ruling. Was he inside or outside the mound area? Was not at the mound. We go to 6-1. Spectacular pitch by Jackson Lewis. Nicks the top of the strike zone. And we go to the top of the 3rd with the Pacific Panthers up 6-1. Fantastic hit from Jackson Lewis. Rips it to right. Oh my goodness! That's what I was just saying. That's into the Oleanders. That's a double. 2nd and 3rd. 1 out. Here we go. Full count. Oh, just misses. We're at 6-2. And we are at 6-3. Great pitch from Rose, but we're now at 6-4. Beautiful swing by Lewis, but we are at 6-4. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And this is the matchup we've been waiting for all day. At 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And that's the game. The Panthers win 6-4. High-scoring game. Hard-throwing pitchers. And we go to Game 3 in this opening day series between the Panthers and the Altitude. Game 3 of the opening day series between the Panthers and the Altitude is like watching Nolan Ryan against J.R. Richard. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Unbelievable pitch. That was the Luke Rose special. Down go the altitude. The Panthers up in the bottom of 1. Husky swings at strike 3. That's a walk. Here we go. Beautiful pitch by Lewis. Strikes out Rose. 2-2, 1 out. Walk Jankowski. And that's the second walk in a row in this deciding game 3. Beautiful sinker from Rose. And we go to the bottom of 2, all tied at 0. Can Sukar change that narrative? Right up the middle. We like the speed of that inning. Darkness is upon us here at Rose Field. Good movement on the ball from Rose, but that's upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out in the top of the 3rd. We like Lewis, despite missing the pitch, swinging to make something happen. Jankowski lays off that sinker. Bases loaded. And an unbelievable pitch from Rose. That's another one. Confuses Rose. Upstairs, bases loaded, 2 outs. And that's strike 3. Rose comes through. We remain tied at 0s. Sukar at the plate. Sukar puts it in play. It's outside the range. He's safe. He's safe. Good play by Lewis. Good hustle by Sukar. We have some interesting excitement. First and third. Any hit wins the game. That's strike 3. Here we go. Sukar. This is it. 7 o'clock on a Saturday night. Upstairs. That's it. Panthers win 1-0 in a defensive struggle. And the Panthers start the season 2-1. The altitude started 1-2. But a beautiful day on opening day for Big League Wiffle Ball.
Alright, I'm here with our player of the day from the Pacific Panthers, George Sukar. What led to your success? You had 3 hits. Tell us about some of your success today.
I think I was just in the mood, you know, I was feeling good and I just was having fun.
Yeah, that's, thanks. And thank you guys for watching. If you guys haven't already, subscribe, watch the last video, and we'll see you next time.